What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your MTL Milotics, bringing you our Week 2 battle for Season 3 of the ICBA. Today we're facing off against another call-up from the D-League, Ryo Hayamaru, aka coach of the Pittsburgh Huge Powers, and the guy who we miss high jump kicks against. Yeah, if you guys didn't see the battle that we had in the D-League last season, I actually missed high jump kick with my, I believe it was Choice Banded Faramosa, and it kind of costed me the game, but I mean, it took away a big chance that I had to win. I had to do a lot of crazy things to try and win, and it just didn't happen. And I'm a little salty. I guess you can probably say that. But Ryo knows this. He knows. We joke around about it a lot, and he's been a good guy about it. And I think I've been a good guy about it again. Back to him, I guess, is the way to say it. But anyways, today we're facing off against him in a league match that is for the main league. And honestly, he's got a very scary team. I kind of listed off part of his team in last week's episode because I was already preparing for the matchup. But we actually had this battle pretty late. We had this battle, like, I think a few days after the quote-unquote deadline. And, I mean, it just happens that way. I was in exams, and yeah. But anyways, let's just get into the battle, guys, because we have a lot to talk about today. Anyway, so look, before we do that, though, you guys should definitely go ahead and answer the comment question of the day, which is, who will be our team's leader in kills? Who will be our team's leader in deaths? And let me know why. For me, I definitely think our leader in kills will probably be Greninja because it's just so powerful. It's our best offensive threat, and leader in deaths will probably either be Ferrothorn or Silvally, just because they don't have really reliable recovery and there are walls, quote unquote. So, yeah. Anyways, though, let's just get into the matchups. So, our opponent has a team of Magearna with Zemoos, Latias, Xurkitree, Volcarona, Azelf, Mandibuzz, Muzdale with Zemoos, Sneasel with Zemoos, Tangela, Zangoose, and Mega Lopunny. A lot of scary threats. Well, we have the Battlebond Greninja with Zemoos, Latios with Zemoos, Blacephalon, Ferrothorn, Gligar, Tentacruel, Silvally, Ditto, Electivire, Masquerain, and Mega Gallade. Now, we got a good chance of winning this game. There's a few things I really don't have any answers for, but he doesn't really have a good answer to my Greninja, and he doesn't really have a good answer to my Blacephalon outside of the Mandibuzz, and the Mandibuzz doesn't want to be taking Ice Beams from Greninja. Anyways, let's just get into the team that we brought. So to start off, we have Texas Man here, our Mega Gallade, which is Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Shadow Sneak, and Ice Punch, max speed, max attack with the not timid nature, with the Jolly nature. This is to speed tie the Latias. We reach the same speed, so we want to make sure we don't lose any speed ties potentially. That would be great if we could. Bulk Up with Drain Punch allows us to hit the Magearna pretty hard. It also lets us get back some health just in case, because we are going to be taking some hits with this thing. I don't anticipate us being able to just click close combat and being okay with everything, because he just had the Lopunny, which is going to outspeed us, and I don't think I take a return at -1 that well, but I can definitely take a return and then get all the health back with Drain Punch. Shadow Sneak is there for priority for stuff like the Azelf and the Latias. We then have Ice Punch, which is there for the Latias. Again, that thing is a pretty big threat to me. And yeah, moving on though, we have Page-Lucian here, our Silvally Fire, with Parting Shot, Multi-Attack, Toxic, and Ice Beam. The reason I am Silvally Fire is because I resist both of Magearna's stab options. Magearna is so scary, and when you pair it with Mega Lopunny, you have an incredibly hard-hitting special attacker and an incredibly hard-hitting physical attacker. And I mean, if only he has super effective coverage for fire types in those two Pokemon, I'd probably be screwed. Anyways, our EV spread is there so that we are never 3-hit KO'd by anything Magearna wants to do to us, and we also are not 2-hit KO'd, or it's like a 1% chance to 2-hit KO us. Or Lopunny's return is a 1% chance to 2-hit KO us. There we go. So yeah, and he'll be either Drain Punch or High Jump Kick. I don't know which one he's gonna bring, but if he's High Jump Kick, obviously we don't take 2, but if he's Drain Punch, we will take 2 for sure. Anyways, though, moving on to the next Pokemon we have, which is Scrappy Doo, our Assault Vest, Electivire, EQ, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Rock Tomb. I probably should have had Volt Switch over Thunder Punch, but I mean, hindsight 2020, I guess. Earthquake is there for stuff like the Magearna, Thunder Punch is there for General Stab, Ice Punch for the Latias, and Rock Tomb is there solely for the Volcarona. Basically, our spread, I'm pretty sure this is to outspeed Xurkitree. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's if either that or it's like, once we get a +1 with Motor Drive, we should outspeed something. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like we outspeed the Mega Lopunny or whatever it is. Anyways, let's just move on though. Not that important. We should move on to our Ash Greninja here, Ashley, which didn't see the field last game. We have Ice Beam, well, let me try it again. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Water Shuriken, and U-Turn with the Splash Plate. Basically, our speed is there so that before we become Ash Greninja, we outspeed the Sneasel. That's kind of the big thing. I couldn't really optimize it any better than that. This is the best I could have done. So if we do somehow become Ash Greninja, we'll be missing out on a couple of extra speed EVs. Anyways, though, or not speed EVs, attack EVs. There we go. So yeah, that's our Greninja. He doesn't really have a good answer to this thing. I believe Assault Vest Magearna is his best answer, and that really doesn't want to take hits from our Silvally Fire, our Gallade, our Electivire, even because of Earthquake, and especially not because of this thing, the Blacephalon that we have. Bird Crazy is back. Protect well, excuse me, Protect, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, and Flame Charge. Enough speed so that at +1, we outspeed a Magearna at +2. So basically, the way it's going to happen is, let's say I'm at +1, I just got a KO, and then my opponent is Ockerberry or something, Magearna. So I'll go for the Fire Blast, he'll hit a Shift Gear, think he'll outspeed us, but we'll still outspeed him because we are, because we have this speed. So I decided to kind of add a little bit extra. Anyways, that's that. Protect is there because of the Lopunny's Fake Out. Basically, if we get to +1 with this thing and the Mandibuzz, I believe, is gone, we just win the game. That's pretty much it. As long as we land Fire Blast and I guess continue to boost our special attack with Beast Boost. So yeah, that's our Blacephalon. Hopefully we can put in some work. And then next up, finally, we have Nacho, our Ditto, with Transform, of course, with the IVs for Hidden Power Rock. That's the best way to do it. This thing should not have been tier 5, and I plan to show it this week. So yeah, guys, this is our team. Let me know who you think will be the MVP of this week's matchup. And without further ado, let's get right into the battle. Okay, so here we are back with the battle. As you can see, he brought the Sneasel, Volcarona, Xurkitree, Mega Lopunny, Latias, and Magearna. Now, in the mock battles I had, my buddy Scrappy, he brought 5 of these 6. The one that he didn't bring was Xurkitree. He actually brought Azelf instead. So yeah, I was kind of not expecting that, but I mean, it makes sense if he could like get up a, I don't know, if he gets an electric terrain or something like that and then starts firing off thunderbolts, then I'm not in a good spot. But we do have Electivire, which can take some hits. Anyways, though, let's just get into the battle. I'm going to lead off with my Mega Gallade, and I'm kind of assuming he's going to lead off with his Lopunny, but I don't know. Anyways, I do want to say thank you to, I believe it was Jacob as always for joining our team, and to Garchomp the God for recording our battle, so thank you guys so much. Anyway, so he leads off with the Sneasel, and that's a pretty good lead for me because he can't really 2-kill me with anything he does. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve and go for the Bulk Up, predicting the switch out. Unfortunately for me, he actually stays in, and I don't know what he could possibly be. He could be a Z move, which I actually kind of forgot during the game. That's just, oops. But yeah, he's going to go for the Shadow Claw here, and I'm like, oh shit, that's super effective. That really sucks. I didn't expect him to carry that, and at this point I'm like, okay, he didn't do enough to be able to take me out with a +1 in HP. We're actually, I believe, 10 points out, or like 8 points out of kill range. So unless he crits us, which he doesn't, thankfully, we should be able to go for a Drain Punch, KO this thing, and get back up to not full, but around half. And he is not Sash, which is excellent, because if he was, that would have been a pain. I would have definitely have to go for the Shadow Sneak there. But yes, we managed to pick up a kill on the Sneasel on the second turn of the battle, which is awesome. That's 1 threat down. It's not that important for him because I believe it was probably only there to check my Latios, and well, I mean, didn't work out that way because I didn't bring it. But yeah, anyways, he sends in his Latias, and he goes to Draco Meteor here, and I'm going to pause it right now. Wait, right, on a good picture. There we go, that's a pretty cool picture to pause it on. Anyways, so the reason why I actually stayed in there, well, for 2 reasons. One, I had a few options. The first one was I could have gone for the Shadow Sneak and done about 60% to him if he wasn't the Castleberry, I think it is. But the reason I didn't go for Shadow Sneak was because I need to find out some information, or I could have possibly killed him. If he was Choice Scarf, I honestly, at this point, I still don't know if he's Choice Scarf or not. Then this is me saying this after the battle. I don't know if he's Choice Scarfed, so if he was Choice Scarfed and he went for the Dragon Pulse or the Psychic, we lived the hit, and we could have fired back with an Ice Punch and O-code it. If he was not Choice Scarfed, then he had to win a Speed Tie and go for a Draco Meteor to take me out. So that's basically what I'm coming from. I need to know if he was Choice Scarfed or not. So if I outsped him, to me it felt like a no-lose situation, because if I lost my Gallade to a Draco Meteor, he'd be at -2, and I'd be able to send in my Blacephalon and go and start setting up. So do you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from? I feel like that was the best possible play. So the Draco Meteor does come out, and unfortunately, you're going to see it does OHKO, or not OHKO, but it does KO our Mega Gallade, which is unfortunate because we could have had some chip on this thing, but that's alright, because now I send in Burr Crazy, my Blacephalon, and I can click Flame Charge. I calculated, I saw that I can live 2 Draco Meteors, because one is at -2, and then also because we're going to gain back some health, not gain back some health, what am I saying? Because you're going to lose some of his stats. And this attack did a lot more than I thought it was going to, and now I'm scared in the battle. I'm like, oh my god, did I just choke away the game? I felt like, oh my god, because you're going to see, where is it? I'm going to get to +1 speed, but I'm at only 49 HP, and that 49 HP doesn't feel like it's enough for me to live the next hit, and that's super scary, because if I don't live that next hit, then it's pretty much over, because this is my win con, and I'll be left with pretty much just my Greninja, and I'll have nothing really to break his team. So I'm not in a great position, I think. Anyways, hopefully I outspeed though, and I actually do, which is kind of confusing. So, I mean, didn't expect it, but I'll take it. I get the +1 in my special attack. So I don't know if he was actually Scarfed, or if he won. Maybe he was Scarf Modest, or he was just, I don't know, Extra Belt or Choice Specs or whatever it is. Anyways, he sends in his Xurkitree, and Fire Blast will OHKO this thing. Unfortunately for us though, we miss, and yeah, and Thunderbolt's gonna come out and obliterate us, and that's just the way it goes. We missed the move. Oh, god damn it. We just can't land a move against Ryo. We just can't do it. Damn it. Anyways, I go into my Electivire here. Now I'm gonna stand by. That was the best play for me to use, for me to do the 100% by far. There's no reason for me not to go for the Fire Blast. If that was my only chance to win, and if I had missed it, then I still would have said, you know what, I have to go for it. It's 85% accurate. I have to do it. It's my win con. I gotta go for it. But there's no way I would have swapped out at +1. My goal was to get to +1 with my Blacephalon and then just sweep his team. Anyways, I send to my Electivire and I click Earthquake here. Thankfully, we outspeed, meaning he's not Choice Scarf, not Electivire, Circuitry, and we're gonna be able to pick up a KO right here. So we are, I believe it's 4-3 for us, if I'm not mistaken. We took out his, we took out his Latias, his Circuitry, and his Sneasel, and he only took out our Gallade and our, Blacephalon. Anyways, he goes to the substitute here, and I can't let him set up a Quiver Dance or a sub, so I'm going to click the Rock Tomb here. So I'm in a great spot because we do actually land the move, thankfully, and that's when he knows he can't do anything against me. If he goes into anything, if he goes into his Magearna or his Lopunny, he's going to lose some speed, and I'll be able to fire off a better hit next turn. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Rock Tomb one more time. He does a smart thing and sack off his Volcarona. There's I have enough things that could just beat it down on his team, on my left of my team, so I should be fine there. And we do actually pick up a KO here, so Electivire coming through, picking up two nice KOs against our opponent this week. Lopunny now comes out, and I don't anticipate us living any hit he wants to go for. I don't know what his moveset is going to be, but he's going to Mega Evolve here, and if he goes for the Fake Out, that's fine by me. I mean, it's good play, whatever. It doesn't really matter at all, because he could just go for the Fake Out, or the Drain Punch, or the High Jump Kick, whatever it is. And he does go for the Drain Punch, and that makes me think, oh, shit, do I actually KO this Lopunny with Drain Punch from Ditto? And the answer is yes, I do, because, I'm going to pause it, because he has to have a certain amount of speed EVs to make sure that he outspeeds my Greninja after the Battle Bond, just to be safe, because Lopunny reaches 135 base speed and Greninja reaches 132, I believe, after the Battle Bond. So that means I should be fine to be able to make sure he doesn't have, well, I can pretty much assume that he doesn't have that much bulk invested, which means I should probably be able to take him out with the Drain Punch here. So we're going to have our Imposter make us transform into the Lopunny, and I can just go ahead and click the Drain Punch here. Choice Scarf Drain Punch should do a lot of work against our opponent, and we do pick up the KO right here. So we're sitting pretty. We're 3-1 right now. All that's left is his Magearna. I have my defensive check to it in Silvally Fire, and I have an offensive check to it in Ditto. And I mean, my Greninja is still sitting in the back. So I go for the Drain Punch here. I don't know what he's going to do, but we do about 35% to him there, which isn't too bad at all. And he goes for Reflect, which is very interesting. I was just sacking off my Ditto to try and get to -2, and then potentially -1. But I'm going to switch out now and go to my Silvally Fire here. And he's actually going to, I believe, not overpredict, but just predict me to stay in. And he's going to whip out the Fleur Cannon. And Fleur Cannon is, like, first of all, beautiful animation, like, amazing animation here. Like, I just watched this part, like, over and over and over, it's beautiful. And I go for the, that lowers his special attack by 2, which means that he's not really going to do anything to me anymore. So I can go for the Multi-Attacks freely. And Multi-Attack is going to do about 15-20% to him. And Shadow Ball, look at this. We are at, I believe, what is it? We're at 150, and we're down to 120. I did 22 points of health. That did nothing. Anyways, Multi-Attack comes out, and Multi-Attack is going to do another 15-20%, and now he's in range. He's going to go for another Shadow Ball. We're not even going to be under half HP, under 50% HP, which is insane. And finally, we're going to go for our last Multi-Attack, and we pick up the 3-0 win over the Pittsburgh Huge Powers. So GG to our opponent. It was a really good game. Kind of unfortunate that we missed the Fire Blast, but that's kind of the way it goes. Yeah, guys, I mean, honestly, if I'm picking MVPs, I definitely think the fact that we got a nice, we killed the Latias quickly was a big deal, because that was his last fighting resist, I believe, after we, well, no, the Volcarona too, but Volcarona kind of like, it's frail. So anyways, yeah, look, so Blacephalon came in clutch, and so did Electivire, and obviously Ditto did work. So yeah, guys, I think we definitely had a really good week this week. We could have probably won 5-0, but I mean, what are you going to do? It happens. We are currently 2-0 on the season, and hopefully we can pick up another win next week, because we are against another divisional opponent. I believe it's Darude Leafstorm, the Aberdeen Azels. So yeah, guys, anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and join my personal Discord server. It is linked in the description below. It is called The Ocean. We have the Ocean League going on right now. It's a lot of fun. If you guys like talking about whatever, we have a ton of different topics we talk about down there. So yeah, guys, anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.